presentar a una persona que es muy importante para los Pedro Pan, pero la voy a presentar en inglés para que las personas que no hablan español que están con nosotros, por favor, que puedan también entender. I am very deeply honored to introduce to you a person that is very dear to us, Dr. Dennis Baker and his wife, Kay. And Dr. Dennis Baker is here representing his father, Jim Baker. 50 years ago, a group of events occurred at the same time that became very important in the history of Cuba. And this was, the exodus of the Pedro Pan kids that became possible thanks to the efforts of two people, Monsignor Walsh and Mr. James Baker. Mr. James Baker was at the time the headmaster of Ruston Academy, the school to which my sisters and I went. And he, in Cuba, made it possible for Monsignor Walsh to welcome the kids in the United States. I don't think any of you would be here, or at least would not have been here through Pedro Pan had it not been for Mr. Baker. I would like to introduce his son, Dr. Dennis Baker, and tell you a little bit about him. His resume is quite impressive, so I'm only going to go through the highlights. He is a graduate of Columbia University, professor of the Department of Surgery of UCLA School of Medicine, chief of Vascular Surgery Section, VA Medical Center, Sepulveda, VA Medical Center Director, Surgical Intensive Care Unit, VA Medical Center Chairman, Central Venous Nutrition Committee, Director of the UCLA Gonda Vascular Laboratory, where he had a major involvement in non-invasive vascular testing, member of the UCLA Adult Care Committee, Division of General Surgery Executive Committee, Surgery Education Committee, Chairman Advisory Committee on Education, Medical Director at UCLA on Ward 7, West 6E ICU, 7 West ICU, has done research in different areas of vascular disease and surgery. His editorial activities have involved such journals as Vascular Reports, Journal of Vascular Surgery, and Clinical Infectious Diseases, just to name a few. He has made so many publications it would be hard for me to mention them, but they are spanning the years from 1962 to 2007. It is my deep honor to welcome Dr. Dennis Baker.
I'm here today to talk about a very important family. A family who made an impact in my life, my brother's life, my family life, and many other kids. And that's the Carrion family. We have Hector and Alicia here. And in order to talk to them, I know you didn't want to be here, so it's up to you. You want to sit down and say it. So, kind of up to you. You stay here, okay, fine. In order for me to talk about them, I need to, unfortunately, tell you a little bit about myself. I left on the last flight from Camagüey. There was direct flight from Camagüey to Miami, but 4 days before the BOP, April 13th. I arrived in Kendall, and I had the opportunity a couple of times to talk, to see Carrion. And then, I guess I made a good impression on him, because in June, that was a joke by the way, in June of 1961, I was transferred to what we used to call La Casa Carrion, where Monsignor Walsh used to live. Now from this point on, I'm going to call him a Cura Walsh, because that's how we used to talk to him all the time. So La Casa Carrion had different names. Matter of fact, Mr. Baker was a house party in the Casa Carrion. So Alicia, no, I'm not sorry. Nina and Carrion had 6 kids. I was closer to Hector and Tony. For those of you who know them, they're identical. Only their wife can tell the difference. Nobody else can do that exactly. They look exactly the same. They started actually working in Brickell in January 1961 with a Cura Walsh. Carrion also had 2 sisters that actually worked as house parents in Florida City. Now let me tell you about this man right here. A lot of you know about Hector Carrion because he's a well-known Cuban-American businessman. But I'm not going to talk about that part of Hector Carrion. I'm going to talk about the Hector Carrion that I knew in '61. He started as a janitor. Can you believe that? Look how successful he is today. And he started back in Miami as a janitor. If I could write like Yvonne Conde, I would write a book on him. Believe me, I would make millions. So he was a janitor. He used to clean the toilets. Clean the floor. We used to call him and his brother Los Esclavos, the slaves. They used to take it to school. You name it, they did it for us. Very special people. Now, of course, Carrion Senior. What can I say about Carrion? Carrion was like a father and a mother to me. They actually moved to Oregon in June of 1962. I didn't know that the bond until Hector told me. But I remember going to see him in June of '62 because I was moving to California when my father was here, and we were extremely happy. My mother and I and my brother were extremely happy to move to California to see my father. And as you get older, you get more sentimental. As a matter of fact, my kids tell me I remind of that guy who's the minority leader in the House of Representatives. You go, "Ooh," and he cries. I went to see him and I never forget that because I got very sentimental. Even though I was very happy to see my father, I told him, "Carrion, I'm leaving, blah, 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 blah." He saw me very sentimental. And me puso el brazo encima. Y me dijo, "No te preocupes, todo va a salir muy bien y pronto nos veremos en Cuba." Bueno, Hector and Carrion worked at a toy company until 1966 when the company moved to California, but Carrion stayed in Oregon where he died just too young. January in 1968 at the age of only 51. Nina died in 2003. She was 83. And now to finish, I'm going to tell you the only story that, it's kind of, I hope I don't insult anyone, and forgive me, Father Sarah. We were called into the living room one day by Carrion and we were watching a group. Remember, I was 16 and we were between 15 and 17 in the house. And they called us and they told us, "You are going to go to a Catholic retreat." And I said, "Wow, that sounds exciting, you know." We go to Catholic retreat, we got out of the house, they go to the retreat. So we got there and it reminded me of The Biggest Loser. It was a big place, for those who see the program, no reaction. It was a big place with a lot of buildings. And then we spent a couple days, we heard, I don't know how many masses, we went to confession, and we made all kind of commitments to our faith. Then, by the end of Sunday, forgive me, Father Sarah, we were more holy than the Pope. Okay? So what we did was kind of crazy. We went back and Carrion told us, "Hey, welcome back, guys, what's going on?" "Bueno, estamos bien, Carrion." Lucíamos un poquito serio, ¿no? Y nos dice, ¿qué van a hacer? No, we let you know. Okay, so we did something crazy. At that age, we knew that a lot of kids were magazines in different places of the house for different reasons. You're 15, 16, you collect magazines. So we decided to. You guys got that? Okay, so there's no minors here, right? So what happened is that we collected all the magazines, we put it on the cardboard box. Then we used to live in a 2-story apartment house, and then on the second floor there was a patio, and that patio was the roof of the den downstairs, right? And it was an old house made out of wood. We put all these dirty magazines, and we put them in a box, and we throw a match on it to get rid of all these things. Oh my goodness! So the smoke was going all over the place. Carrion came out, and he was very nice. He said, "What? ¿Qué están haciendo ustedes?" He threw a bucket of water and he put it away. Well, the bottom line is that the Carrion family was very important to us. And Hector and Tony were very important to us, and we want to say thank you. Thank you for the impact that you had in our life.
Muchas gracias por honrar a la familia Carrión, mis padres en particular. Ellos fueron de los primeros foster parents de la organización. Yo no tuve la oportunidad de ser Pedro Pan, es un orgullo. Yo fui el esclavo que trabajé y limpié la... Todavía tengo unas cuantas medias guardadas de las que sacaba de abajo de la cama. Con la aspiradora. Así que, thank you very much. Yes, y conmigo tengo a mi señora, mi hijo, mi hija, que, by the way, ella fue bautizada por el Father Walsh. Cuando ella nació en el año 62, él bautizó a mi hija. Muchas gracias a todos.
There's not much to say anymore. It took the show. So, anyway, on behalf of the Cuban kids on Pedro Pan's for the 60s, we want to take this opportunity to honor your family for all the dedication to the kids. En nombre de todos los Pedro Pans y los niños cubanos que venimos acá a los 14.048, que ya no quedan mucho. Desgraciadamente han pasado los años y desgraciadamente hemos perdido mucho. Perdimos a nuestra juventud. Solamente Montana se suicidaron 2. Ustedes lo saben la historia esa. Pero y ya muchos estamos en Social Security. Pero anyway, quería tomar la oportunidad para darte las gracias, Carlos, como amigo. Para mí es un privilegio como amigo. Ha sido de una vida, como dice Arturo, una gran familia. Para mí es un orgullo ser tu amigo. Y queremos presentarte esta placa en nombre de, como te dije, de los Pedro Pan, por la dedicación de tu familia, no solamente tu mamá y tu papá, pero tu familia también trabajaron en Florida City, y muchos no saben eso. La familia Carrión se dedicaron a cuidar y a darle ese amor a todos esos niños cubanos que necesitábamos ese amor, que buscábamos ese amor, porque créeme que pasamos mucho trabajo, y todos lo sabemos, pero no vamos a entrar en eso. Así que, on behalf of the Cuban kids and the Pedro Pans, te quiero presentar esta placa. We did it. That's what counts.
Saca fotografía.
Okay, the time has now come to point out a couple of people here with us, all the way from Miami, Florida. And we'd like to welcome, and please give him a warm welcome for Carmen Romanach. She is the newly elected president of Operation Pedro Pan Group in Miami. Que de la misma organización, que creo que es la secretaria, ¿correcto? Ángel Gutiérrez Mani, que es el que corre el website de todo corazón. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. Un viaje tan grande desde allá de Miami, ¿ok? Oscar is better known as Mr. Emails, Research and Information, so everybody knows if they need anything like that, that's who you need to talk to. Okay? Then we have Arturo and Estela Bueno. Sergio Díaz lamentablemente no está aquí hoy con nosotros porque está próximamente está Aldo Montoto, que ya lo reconocimos. Raúl Acevedo, que en realidad Leila es la que casi siempre está aquí. Enrique García. Ahora lo más cómico de esto es, a ver, párate Enrique, lo más cómico de esto es que Enrique, nadie pregunta por Enrique. Todo el mundo pregunta por Felipe, porque es la que nos mantiene con Enrique. Párate Felipe para que sepan quién eres.
Párate. Oye, pero no tiene que...